This is CoastTV News at 5.
People driving on Route 1 in South Bethany. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. South Bethany is breaking down the data on speeding through the town.
During the most recent town meeting in South Bethany, the police report for January was released. Over the course of the month, 56 traffic tickets were handed out. The bulk of those tickets, 34, were for speeding. That's a lot more than we saw last January in South Bethany, when only 18 tickets were issued, 11 for speeding. CoastTV spoke with a few people who live near Coastal Highway to get their reaction to the numbers.
I've had very little trouble because the police keep the traffic going slow here.
Yeah, I think pedestrian safety is clearly a big deal. And as I said, I think crossing the road has been the most hazardous thing.
Some in town say they don't always feel safe walking from place to place, and they just choose to drive.
A problem with Delaware's paid leave program. The state website says payments, they're temporarily delayed, and this is due to a system error. Not clear how long the state's paid leave portal has been down. We've reached out to the Department of Labor and have not heard back yet. However, the Department of Labor website does say once the issue is resolved, all payments, including missed payments, will be processed.
After nearly 12 hours, the former Prince Andrew left a British police station. He was arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office after documents revealed his ties with Jeffrey Epstein.
As NBC's Julie Sirkin reports, the arrest comes a day after lawmakers questioned a billionaire mogul on his ties to Epstein.
Police in Great Britain have arrested Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the former prince, on suspicion of misconduct in public office, after revelations of his ties with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The charge carries a maximum sentence of life in prison. After the arrest, King Charles, in a statement, said the law must take its course. For years, the late Virginia Roberts Giuffre publicly accused the former royal of sexually abusing her when she was just 17. Accusations he denies. Today, her family responding to the arrest.
A piece of justice that Virginia has been fighting for this entire time. And I think we're just so proud.
It comes after the Department of Justice released millions of pages on the Epstein investigation. Wednesday, the House Oversight Committee deposed billionaire Les Wexner. Epstein managed his money for a decade, and the FBI referred to him as a possible co-conspirator. The 88-year-old adamantly denied knowing anything about Epstein's crimes and has not been charged. He claimed Epstein conned him and stole his money.
He has basically alleged that he saw no evil, heard no evil, despite being in the room with Jeffrey Epstein over and over and over. And it's really just not credible.
He's a competent witness. He's just not telling the truth.
Wexner isn't the only high-powered American named in the Epstein files. Thomas Pritzker, former Hyatt Hotel chairman, stepped down. Kathy Rumler, a former Obama White House counsel and top Goldman Sachs official, resigned. Casey Wasserman is selling his talent agency, but resisting calls to step down as head of LA Olympics 28. None of these people have been charged with any crime and deny doing anything illegal. For decades, Epstein survivors have said his close ties with powerful people have allowed him and convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell to abuse young women.
I think if you follow the money, you follow their position, you're going to start uncovering some really hard, dark truths.
In Washington, Julie Sirkin, NBC News.
The Bryan Allen Stevenson School remains under review by the Delaware Department of Education. The review started in December and involved in-person visits to the school and interviews with staff. In conclusion, the review says the school finances, staffing, and enrollment do not meet state standards. CoastTV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is in our newsroom. Brandon, we learned more today about why the school could close soon.
Charlie, the Delaware Department of Education Committee made it very clear to the school that they need written responses from families as soon as possible. Without them, they're not sure if there's enough support to keep the school open. School leaders admitted the first year was chaos, and they addressed that chaos by firing past leadership. Bryan Allen Stevenson school leaders sat for 3 hours and answered questions. The state committee also sounded the alarm over schools' admitted coding issues in accounting. The school says old leadership is to blame for that. One of the state committee members had strong words for the school.
If you want to save this school, every single one of your parents needs to stand up and say so. And you need, it's not 20 and 30, it's not 20 in February and 20 in March. It is, my God, you need to get applications by the end, before public comment ends.
I'm confident our parents are already showing up and saying, oh yeah, we if you're here, we're here. And they're demonstrating that in writing. They're planning to show up at our public hearing on March 9th in Georgetown.
On March 9th at 5 p.m. at the Georgetown Dell Tech campus is where that public hearing will be held about the school's future. And then on March 19th, that is when the final decision will be made on whether the Bryan Allen Stevenson School of Excellence will be open in the future. Back to you.
The school was founded by District 20 Representative Alana Berry. When reached by Coast TV today, the representative told Coast TV she had, quote, no material role with the school since 2021.
If you don't know who Bryan Stevenson is a nationally known civil rights attorney who was born in Milton. He's best known for founding the Equal Justice Initiative in Alabama, where he has spent decades fighting wrongful convictions and excessive sentencing. His work is chronicled in the best-selling book Just Mercy, which was later adapted into a major movie picture featuring Michael B. Jordan. A board member tells Coast TV Stevenson is aware of the charter danger and is confident in the school. As the Olympics air on Coast TV, we are keeping track of the medal count for you. So far, you can see Norway still dominantly in the lead, Italy in second, USA in third altogether.
Don't forget the Winter Olympics do run through the 22nd. It's only here on Coast TV.
Coming up next, a school day turns into a concert. Professional musicians inspiring students up next.
Students at the Sussex Academy of Arts and Science got a special lesson, one you won't find in any old textbook. Instead of learning from behind their music stand, actual musicians from the string quartet Invoke came in to teach a class. As Coast TV's Nicole Richter showed us, it was how they took momentum and magic and turned it into music.
Music echoed through the halls at Sussex Academy of Arts and Science. As the string quartet Invoke, through coastal concerts, visited campus for a day of learning and live performance.
It's really inspiring and it's like a really unique experience.
Before taking the stage, musicians met with band students, answering questions about practice, performances, and turning a passion into a career. For Anna Leong, the day became even more memorable when she was invited to improvise with the group.
It was a little bit nerve-wracking, but it was like cool to collaborate. And I was like, oh, how can they just think of like these like notes and chords spot on? And I was really surprised.
For the professionals, they say the visit was about more than music. It was about sparking curiosity.
We love being that experience for other students, basically, and getting them inspired and interested in music that they might not be familiar with.
The visit wrapped up with a live concert, bringing students into the music and leaving them with inspiration that lasts far beyond the final note.
No matter where you are in your kind of creative career, experimenting and having fun and messing around is a key part.
And for these students, one day with professional musicians may just strike a chord that lasts a lifetime.
From questions in the classrooms to music on stage, a small performance with a big impact connecting students through music. In Georgetown, I'm Nicole Richter, Coast TV News.
Well, we finally have spring-like showers to go with this spring-like situation on how it feels, although we're not quite, we're a very chilly spring day at best. I mean, we're at Rehoboth Beach right now. We're coming in at about 36 degrees right now. We're going to stay in the upper 30s for the rest of the evening with cloudy skies and persistent scattered showers throughout the area. Now, here's a general look at what's happening. We can see the rain is actually shifting towards it's coming out of the southwest, and it's moving at approximately 15 to 20 miles per hour with some at least light to moderate showers along all the highways, particularly between Laurel and Seaford. We're seeing some heavier downpours there. Now, as we go over towards the beaches, we are seeing those lingering scattered showers continuing to be the case for us. Now, we're not under any direct small craft advisories or anything concerning winds, but we could see some things become active because some of these cells that we're marching across are staying a little bit feisty, for lack of a better phrase, with some swirling winds within some of those isolated cells. As we begin to kind of take a look at what we're expecting for the rest of the night, look for some scattered showers to go through Ocean Pines, and then early Friday, about 7 o'clock in the morning, look for some strong storms to start to our north, particularly north of Seaford along Highway 13 and near the Milton area at about 7 o'clock in the morning. And then look for heavier downpours by mid-morning in Ocean View, then down towards Highway 50 as you come out of Salisbury. All this is going to be shifting towards the east. Now, something else overnight. For tonight, we're going to start seeing the visibility blocked tremendously for us and then overtaking the entire region by the time we get to late tonight, early tomorrow morning. And then when we wake up in the morning, look for it to stay very dense fog along all the beaches until we get to the afternoon hours. Now, with that being the case, temperatures will be in the 50s and will be mild for tomorrow. And then as we go into Saturday, we're going to clear out and enjoy some drier weather. Last but not least, we're going to take a look at Friday going to Saturday and Sunday because the question is, are we really concerned about snow? Well, at 6:30 in the morning, we see rain with the model. And then as we go into, let's say, 11 o'clock in the evening, we see some snow on the backside of this, but this is on the other side of the Chesapeake Bay area. And then we see that rain pull through. And then most of the precipitation kind of drops out for us. It's interesting. So we have two basic paths. Two of the models are agreeing that it's carrying out of our way. We have one crazy model, that GFS, the American model, is still acting wacky. So we keep a close eye on that wackiness of that model. Here's a look at your extended forecast.
A right whale slow zone now in effect in Ocean City from now until March 4th following the detection of right whales east of Ocean City. 4 additional slow zones are also currently in effect, meaning that boaters, you're required to drive 10 knots or less. Coming up tonight on Delmarva Sports Network at 7, we have live NBA G League action with the Delaware Blue Coats taking on the Celtics, and then catch the final score at 10:30 p.m. And on DSN Plus at 5:30 p.m., Bennett hosting Y-High in boys basketball.
Each Friday, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV. We have features, cool things to do each weekend, and more. Sign up right here on that QR code or coasttv.com/signup, Paul.
All right, so our umbrella giveaway winner is Lisa Hodgkins of Rehoboth. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. Your forecast is just a call away. Simply call 443-880-9100. Your forecast is sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead, Mendalis, and Frederico. Finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Listen, we're calling for more rain on Friday, particularly in the morning time. We could get some downpours, and a possible sound of rumble is possible in the early morning hours. We'll clear out on Saturday. Some rain kicks in on Sunday, and we'll be very mindful if that rain sticks around long enough to catch that cold air on Monday morning. We'll catch a few morning flakes as well.
Thank you, Paul, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.